Wait, so are we switching the name?
That's true.
We'll figure it out.
Second video.
We're back.
We're changing it.
Never play the whistle.
Never play the whistle on side for 90 minutes.
Never play the whistle side.
Podcast.
Never play the whistle
Podcast show. All right, listen. Really quickly, I'm going to introduce Tiago first. That's Tiago.
Hold the applause. My name's Tiago. I'm a Man City supporter. Not a fan, supporter. And yeah, I'm here to... Can I curse?
Yeah.
I'm here to chat shit.
And get banged.
Chat shit, talk some footy, and I'm not here to get banged.
Yeah, what? What are you saying? Why did I go under the radar for like
chat
a...
shit about some footy.
All right, let's go then.
Just for record, week 1, hella biased episode.
Okay.
Very
No. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it.
We for sure gonna get into it.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's get right into it. First time.
Get right into it.
Go ahead.
West
Start.
Ham is not
No.
finishing top
We're gonna
six.
call this segment. Right
Right into it.
No. What did I say? I was gonna call it earlier.
Right into it.
I said I was gonna call it something. Tiago takes.
Tiago takes TTs.
Tiago's takes.
Tiago's bad takes.
Tiago's bad takes.
But it's not him.
TBT.
It's Tiago's bad takes.
TBT. I don't have
But
bad takes.
it's not
I've
because
never
they're his
had a
bad takes. It's him saying people have bad takes.
I've
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Got
it's-
it.
I was born with a deficiency that I can't have a bad take.
You know how crazy that statement is? All right. Anyways, go ahead. What's the first one?
All right, so I was listening to last week's episode. First of all, West Ham are not finishing top 6.
Yes, they are.
Were Aston Villa in your top 6?
No.
Next. Chelsea?
What did I put him at?
Hold on. No. I'm gonna defend myself before you go on to the next. You don't gotta be that close, by the way.
Okay. Sorry, I get very passionate.
It's
He's
okay.
not
It's
used
okay.
to it.
All right, go ahead.
First off, I'm gonna defend myself, and I said it in the podcast last week. Aston Villa have 4 competitions to play in this year. One of them being Champions League. You're gonna tell me that they're gonna be able to keep up the?
Not if they get knocked out.
If they get knocked out, it's halfway through the year.
Exactly, halfway is enough to get up.
Did you see the consistency they had to hold to get the position they got last year?
I don't know, but they beat West Ham.
They beat West Ham. We'll get into that. They beat West Ham 2-1. It's not like it was a convincing win.
It's the first game of the season, and they played convincingly. The
I think
result
that-
wasn't
no, honestly,
convincing.
So if we
They
look at the
played
stats, you're telling me that Aston Villa convincingly won.
They
Because I
played
have the stats
convincingly.
up.
He does have. I'm looking at.
I
it right
have
now,
the
and I'm-
stats
I
up.
want to laugh.
West Ham made a bunch of really good signings
Yeah.
against an Aston Villa team where we didn't start half of these signings,
That is true.
Good on paper signings. None of them have played yet.
but they did
Somerville
play. And
got
they
subbed on.
Somerville and
Aaron
Fulcrook got
Wan-Bissaka
subbed on.
didn't play.
Full crew got subbed on.
Fulcrook
too, right?
and
Fulcrook
Somerville
got
got
subbed
subbed on,
But what
and
do they
Guido
do?
Rodriguez started.
It's like it's good signings.
They just
until
need
they're
time.
not. You know what I mean?
They also just need
You
time.
never
to
know
get
if they'll
adjusted
work
to the
out.
league. Yeah, that's
Obviously,
true.
you never know if they'll work out, but that you can say the same thing
The
about
only
Villa.
the only one I
Villa's-
say is a certain good signing is Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
And Killman. Killman's been.
Kilman's a
Kilman-
great
Kilman's
signing.
good.
Tadibbo's I mean, he's again. All the other 3 aren't like proven in the
in the league in general.
league.
Yeah.
except for I guess you could say Somerville.
Yeah, because he was
Like
in the league.
Somerville played, and he just won Championship Player of the Year.
Yeah, he
Like,
did.
we're
But-
not. They're great signings for what we needed because we needed to bunker down on what we already had.
But top 6?
Yes,
Especially when you were in what place last
Like,
year?
9th.
If he improves on it.
You're
I
telling me-
still-
you're telling
I
me
don't think it's
3
an awful take. What-
I don't think it's
where'd
that
you
bad
put
of a
him? Where'd you
take.
put him?
I put West Ham
You put him at 6?
6. I put him at 6.
When
That's
I-
why he's saying it's a bad take.
Bro,
But I'm gonna defend
I
myself
still
here.
think Villa get at least 6 this year.
I
under
don't.
Unai
I don't.
Emery
I really
and-
listen.
I honestly forget where I put
I
him.
Unai
wait
Emery ball
because the groups
is
aren't out yet.
scary.
If they have a like a really like mid group where they're like top 2, top 3 in that group, they're gonna push out of that, which means they're either gonna get Europa League or they're gonna get whatever. Unless they drop out of the league completely, which I then think they could just focus on it, they're gonna be playing 4 competitions damn near all year. And if they're playing 4 competitions all year, they don't have the personnel yet to like push on that. Does that make sense? Like to be consistent on
I think
that.
they have a good team though. Like
They-
their
but
depth
But they
in
lost
general
2
is-
of their biggest players. They lost literally.
Douglas
their
Luiz
2
got replaced by Andre Onana, and I'm gonna say it. Douglas
Amadou.
Luiz. Oh yeah. I did that with that one reporter did. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry, Amadou Onana. And Douglas Luiz is a great player, but he was only great because I think he had Kamara next to him during the second half of the season. I'm gonna still say that take. I'm gonna say that take.
Douglas,
but-
I'm gonna
Douglas
say it.
Luiz.
Douglas Luiz was a set piece merchant.
No way, guys. Douglas Luiz was one of the best
wasn't-
midfielders in the
he
league
was
last
he
year.
was,
Pep
but-
let him go.
he let
I'm gonna
Palmer
say.
go.
He let Cole Palmer go, and he had 20 goals last season.
22.
Okay, 9 of them were
And
penalties.
11
I
assists.
was being generous. Let's
Right.
relax.
Deserved.
Anyways, point is, I hear what you're saying, but I back not only that.
It is a biased take.
It's
so.
a biased
No, it
take,
is a biased
obviously,
take.
but it's not a horrible take. Saying
Especially
No, it's
since
not.
they were in 9th place and they
It's-
just got all
It's
these
not
signings.
horrible, but I can't see Villa not being top 6 this year.
I hear you.
I think Villa
Yeah,
are.
but you can acknowledge that
better
they have a
than most
lot
Premier League
on
teams.
their plate this
No,
year.
they do, but you never know how the year can in January.
They can. They
'Cause
can
they
do
did-
all this.
Because they did get Europe last year. They have
Yeah.
quite a bit of money to spend still. I'm
But they
pretty
spent
sure.
a lot of it.
But they sold a lot of it.
No,
But they signed Ian Motson for 40 mil. and
Ian
then- or
Motson was
37.
Ian Motson was a
40
40 mil.
Onana was how
37
much?
and a half.
Onana was how much?
40 plus?
40
50?
something.
Might have been
And they sold Diaby. Don't get me wrong. They sold Diaby for a good amount.
Diaby was around the same, I think.
Around the
It was
same. And then
48,
Douglas
48.
Luiz, they didn't make much.
Douglas Luiz
No,
was
it was
20
like
mil
20
plus a
something
swap.
plus
20
a
mil
player
plus like,
for the-
like 2
the left
players. So
winger.
it wasn't a lot.
Oh, Illing Jr.
Yeah.
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't make a lot of money off of that. And that's
No,
not
but I'm
including the
saying-
fact that they
I'm
still
saying
signed.
they made money off their
They also made- Of
commercial
course. No,
income.
I know,
So they're
I know.
allowed to use more.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
God
I know.
forbid. But I don't think they need much more depth.
And Chelsea helped with some money laundering scheme with Omari Kellyman for 20 mil.
I know. I hear what you're saying. I hear that. I think
That's
they'll
my take.
have a good
West Ham
season.
would not be top 6.
All right.
Yeah, I know. But
what was-
the point of this segment is for you to flame our takes.
Okay, yeah.
All right, but yeah. Anyways,
you
that's-
defended yourself
I
way too much.
feel
It
like I
wasn't that
defended
serious.
myself. No,
Too much.
no, that's the point of the fucking segment.
Is this mine?
He's gonna flame me for this.
All right.
I
I'm
am.
listening.
I don't even know what take it is, and I know.
You
about
put
to say.
Chelsea as 6th.
I did put Chelsea 6. We finished there last season, and with a worse team.
I think they get top 3.
Fuck yeah, baby!
I
You
think
think Chelsea get top 3?
I rate Chelsea this year.
If we can finish those fucking chances,
rate
baby,
Chelsea.
come on!
No, we could have just named the segment Tiago
Wait,
versus
so this
Emmy.
was my bad take because I put us so low. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, I was just being,
Wait a minute.
I rate-
no.
I
Okay,
rate
so
the fuck
so
out of Chelsea this
who
year.
on that team do you
we
rate?
got everyone back
Bro.
from injury. Every single one.
Okay, no, go ahead. Start naming them.
I rate Maresca.
I don't.
You don't know,
Bro.
bro.
I know I do,
bad-
but like I think I'm not saying he's bad, but I just
Bad goalkeeping saved City from dropping 2 points already to start the season.
Yeah.
City did not look dominant at all against Chelsea.
Yeah, you can look at the stats. But I will say this. If we're going to look at these XG chances, Nicholas Jackson's one chance that was like on the half turn, like volley coming over, that was a
This-
0.7 XG chance.
This goes into my next
0.6.
take. You talk down on Nicholas Jackson again, I
Oh,
will
God.
jump over this table.
On God.
I'm telling you, Nicholas
No,
Jackson.
Most gifted
Bro,
striker in the
I've
league.
never
Nicholas
seen-
Jackson has so much raw potential. I think he could be the
And
like
he's-
top 3 striker in the world.
Nicholas Jackson.
And the
top-
problem-
you just put two
Okay.
things that
No,
should
no, no.
never go together
no,
in the
my-
same
I'm here
sentence.
for it.
My
I'm here for it.
comparison of Nicholas Jackson is like he's the Jeremy Doku of strikers. Right? in the sense that you watch this guy and you're like, oh my god, this guy's nasty, and then they get into the final touch, final pass,
Every
final
time.
shot, and they just
Final decision.
they scuff it.
Okay,
But
one of them is a winger who
exactly, Doku
Doku
can
has.
take everyone on and then miss the final ball. Nicholas
Yes.
Jackson can get himself into that position to finish.
Exactly.
And he
So
can't
here's the
finish,
thing.
but
The
they're
amount of-
raw. They're like
Okay,
it's
no.
there, but it's not there yet.
Okay, so the amount of technical ability that it takes to take on 5 players and then get to the end and miss, I'd compare him to Vinny 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Who are you talking about? Doku?
Doku,
Okay.
right? A lot of raw potential. You're
Mhm.
taking all these players, you just don't have end product.
You just need to take that next
Mhm.
level up.
Nicholas Jackson is a striker.
Who was a
Who-
winger?
Okay,
way.
but my point is a striker with no end product.
Mhm.
Nothing is positive is
He had
coming out of
14
this.
Wait, he had
No,
14
we spoke about this.
I know,
and
I know.
didn't he had,
goals, 5 assists.
Wait,
on
wait.
this podcast.
Okay.
But on top of that, it was 14 non-penalty goals.
That's also true.
Let's not forget, like, they
No,
were
I'm
open
not
play goals
okay.
for the
Okay,
most part.
I ate my own words last week. I didn't know he had that many goals. That being said, watching him play, there is an insane amount of chances that he's
Absolutely, he's
but-
sold the third most chances in the
but-
league last season.
exactly.
But-
But like that's
He gets himself into positions that strikers
Eventually.
nowadays just can't. Like
Nah.
his attacking third movement is insane. His attacking third layoffs are
And this
insane.
is his third
But
professional
when he
but
season.
creates
the team
space
around
for
him
the
is
wingers
not-
around him,
Yes.
bro. If Nicholas Jackson isn't in that Chelsea team, Cole Palmer does not have the season he has last season.
Amen. I agree.
He doesn't.
I agree. His
I don't
hold up
know,
play
this
is
is crazy.
phenomenal.
You
His
put,
on
like-
the half turn,
because-
phenomenal.
You put Nkunku at striker, Palmer does not eat. You put like past Chelsea strikers, like let's say like Morata.
Well, hold
You
up.
put
Palmer's
Morata
on a
at striker,
separate.
Palmer
Unless it was
I
not.
feel like
Giroud.
Palmer's on a separate thing because Palmer was the ball was going through Palmer every play.
It was going through the right
every
wing
single
almost
play.
the majority.
If
Mudryk
anything,
had like 14
I think
touches and a
Nicholas
half.
Jackson, although I'll credit that he had some stuff going on because 14 goals you don't just get that not in the league, but Cole Palmer literally touched the ball in every single play that Chelsea played.
for the most part.
Literally everything. And it's an insane amount. One, I still think Cole Palmer's great. I think Cole Palmer's hit his ceiling. I don't think he's going to do much more. He had 9
Penalty goals.
penalty goals, which no one seems to like acknowledge.
So
get me
Salah
wrong.
had
Oh no,
7.
I acknowledge it.
Salah had 7.
Okay, but how many goals did Salah score?
Less than
Less than Cole Palmer.
Less than Palmer.
I don't think Salah had a good season, as good of a a season as
Okay, as
he usually
normally,
does,
yeah, but
exactly.
he had way more assists this season. I think he had like 14 last season.
okay. So he had
Right?
non-penalty goals was
Oh.
what, like above 10?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think he still had
Probably
around
said
there.
above 10, and then he had how many assists?
Like 12 or 13.
Exactly.
So he had a
Which
great
I still,
season.
I'm
I
not
think
saying
that's
it's a bad season. I
that's
just think
28
it's
goal
not
contribution
a
season.
solid Salah in the Prem level season.
I don't know.
Are you gonna tell me Salah, the same player who had 30 how many goals?
All right, that was his first season. That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
That was
it's
7 years ago.
I guess you're right, but it's still like
Different player.
he kept a consistency for
No,
a while.
Salah's
kept the
always the
level-
most
but
consistent
exactly,
player.
so-
He's amazing at
My
it.
point in saying this is Nicholas Jackson. I guess maybe he's not as bad as I like to say he is, but I really don't think he's. I don't think he looks like the raw potential that just never lives up to the
He's
hype.
Thierry Henry
But,
without
like,
the finishing touch.
It's like there is no finishing. aspect.
I try to like ignore that. try to ignoring that.
Thierry Henry without the finish or
Without the
touch.
finishing touch.
No, I
Oh,
think
I thought you said finish.
See,
he has
I,
touch.
I think Nicholas Jackson fell under the curse of becoming a meme too early,
Yes,
and now
he
he's
did.
like he's under a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's every Chelsea.
And that
player.
kind of showed
Every
him
Chelsea
that.
player's under a lot
That's
of pressure.
every Chelsea player, but like, what's Nicholas Jackson's price tag? How much did y'all sign him for?
33 million pounds.
That's a lot of pressure in that
such a-
Chelsea lineup. In that Chelsea squad, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but that's cheap.
33 million.
No,
That's
exactly.
nothing.
No, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay. So
But he's
if
worth
anything-
nothing. If anything, there's less pressure.
No,
If anything,
that's
there's-
more pressure. You're in one of the you're one of the highest market valued clubs, and you barely have any market value. You're starting striker over these signings.
He's
they're
starting
choosing him over, and
he's starting
Kunku's still at striker.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
lot of
okay,
pressure.
it's been one game.
Kunku was
He,
16
and Kunku was injured half the season
He
last
was.
season. That's the
Not
only
half.
reason he was
4/5.
exactly 4/5 of the season. He was injured. That's the only reason Nicholas
More.
Jackson was
Kunku
starting.
was available
Literally,
this week,
Nicholas
and he didn't
Jackson
start
came
at
out for
striker.
Mark Gui.
He
Like,
also
that's-
didn't start in front
He
of
didn't start
Nkunku.
at striker against
Nkunku was
City.
left wing, and he's not even supposed
Probably
to be
the
playing
hardest game they'll have all season.
Yeah.
Okay, but
The
he-
second
second
hardest because they
hardest
have to
'cause
play
we're
at
all-
But then
the
he came out. He came out for Mark Gui.
Yeah,
Like-
but that was always going to happen. We always have our strikers, no matter what, even if we don't have a good striker up there. Nicholas Jackson didn't play all
Okay, I didn't know
90s
that.
every
I didn't
time.
know that. That's a Chelsea specific stat. I didn't know that.
I'm not.
I don't listen. No, I know. I'm saying like, I just think the raw talent that you're looking at is something that is like I think that's not his peak. I think he could 14 goals is good. So I think that's a if he can keep consistent 14 goals a season, that's a good Premier League striker. I don't think that Chelsea team is going to benefit him in that style of play. One, because this isn't. I mean, I know we're speaking about specifically about Nicholas Jackson, but even like the whole Chelsea take, I just don't think that team is well organized at all. I think the fact.
Nah, not this season, bro. Did you
So
watch the game against City?
Okay, it was the first game of the season.
Exactly.
Against
Bro,
City.
Against a four
Against
back to
City,
back to
bro.
back to back
Okay.
Premier League winner.
We're talking about one game, guys.
Against City.
Yes, we saw City. How many teams looked good against City last year and ended up in 15th? Like,
Not many.
The only
there's
one was Wolves.
dude, where exactly?
Wolves always
It
do
was-
that though.
it was
Wolves
only-
do
But
that
it's
to every
happened.
big
But it's
team.
happened.
So
It is
and
happened.
Chelsea are known for
But-
picking up one at home and against a big team. They're known for playing well against these big teams and then dropping points
When
to
I was
teams
watching
like.
the game, you just felt something was different about this Chelsea dude.
But Chelsea,
They were
why are you
able
sitting
to build out the back. They were able to like
With
actually
Bob Sanchez.
transition. They were able to gegenpress. They would press us off the ball. We were only able to build out the back in the first half, maybe like 2-3 times.
First
Second
half, yeah.
second
Second
half,
half,
the
you guys
first
took
game
over,
of the
but
season,
first half,
guys.
we looked amazing first
City are still working stuff out. I mean, like City are.
half. They still have the
What
same
do you mean?
players though.
Bro,
They-
it's the same lineup.
they're
Of
the
course
same
it-
crew.
we
Just
were
no
missing
Rodri. To be
Rodri,
fair,
yes.
Rodri
There was no Rodri, which is a huge
It is
thing,
a big
and
deal.
they were playing with two wingers that they don't usually play like super out wide wingers like with
They always play
Savinho.
like that.
Doku plays
Not with
super wide.
Savinho and Doku. Not
Savinho's first
no,
start,
they
but Doku always plays super wide.
singularly they always play, but then they're always playing Bernardo Silva on the right, or they're playing a Grealish that doesn't necessarily. They play two
Grealish
really
plays super
out
Really?
wide
Oh, the
too.
wingers.
touchline
They-
wingers. That's
I
how-
know that,
that's
but they're
how
not
Pep
both playing
plays.
at the same time. So like if that's the case, if Doku's out on the left, usually Foden's on the right cutting in, or Bernardo's on the Silva's on the right
Yeah,
cutting in.
I guess
They
Foden's
played
not
two
touchline
really
winger, but-
out wide wingers on both sides.
and they had to swap them.
that was
because
exactly because
Doku was.
Cucurella,
Cucurella had him on legs.
he had him cooked, but
And
then
they
Doku
started
on the
cutting
other side and
inside,
started
it
going
was
crazy.
not- it was
Yeah.
Once they went inside.
Yeah,
it was,
once they
it was
started
over.
cutting it got
Keeping
crazy.
wide
My
wasn't
point is, I think it's the first game of the season.
Savinho
I
had
think-
Cucurella on legs, bro.
because he cut
He's
in. That's why.
insane.
Yeah, the minute they
The
started
minute they
cutting,
swapped
both,
sides because they were
but
lefties
that
on the
one
right
clip
and
of
righties on the
Doku
left,
taking
so.
on like was it 2-3 players, and he just
Yeah.
like.
But that's because he moved over to the left. He was on the right to
Exactly,
start, and
exactly.
he just couldn't.
But like,
that's not
I
his
think they were
side.
trying to favor Holland in the sense
Yeah,
of like,
yeah, yeah. They
just
wanna
get
get to the
crosses
byline.
in, or just
Exactly,
get crosses in, and then the minute that wasn't working, they're like, all right, cool, switch it, and it started to work.
All right, I'll throw this. Let's finish up this Chelsea take
Yeah,
real
this
quick.
segment, this whole
But I will
segment.
say this: I don't know if Nicholas Jackson will get the chance anymore to prove himself because if we sign a striker, his time might be limited.
I
That's
really
the one
hope
thing.
they don't.
And I hope he don't
listen,
either.
I think
you
he's one
might hope
good
they don't.
finish, one-on-one away from gaining confidence, and
I
tearing
agree.
up the league.
But then if we sign an Osimhen, then
Yeah.
his chances
I
are
don't
gone.
know, bro.
And I
You don't
kind of
score.
want to see him
What
develop.
was it? 4 goals. He scored 4 goals in the game last year.
Who?
And Nicholas
No,
Jackson
it
was a
three-
hat trick.
It was
a
three.
hat
It was
trick.
3 against Spurs.
He
but
scored.
that was also
You don't score a
yeah.
hat trick against Spurs, and then like, oh, look at the confidence. You should be gaining from that.
Well, he started
not go-
performing a little bit better after.
Yeah, but
after
that was what?
happened,
That was halfway through the
that was
season.
in December that game.
And how many goals did he score after that?
I don't know that
Like,
number. I don't know.
that's. It's
But
a
he
specific
didn't score
number.
that many in the beginning. That's what I'm saying.
So you think he
I think
scored,
most
like-
of them did come after that point. But
I don't know.
I, can,
I hear
don't
what you're
quote me
saying.
on that.
I think there's that raw talent. It reminds me of one of those players that just it always stays raw talent. It always stays like he could have been this amazing striker, but he just couldn't get the
That
final.
leads into my next take that I have.
All right, go ahead. Last one.
You label so many people as failed wonder kids.
Oh
It
my God.
pisses me off.
Who did I name was a failed
Xerxes and Delict.
wonder? They are failed wonder kids.
No.
I said the same thing
They
about
are
Delict.
failed wonder
just turned
kids.
23.
Exactly.
No. Okay,
he was in that.
There's a second part of this failed wonder kid shit. You can't say Xerxes a failed wonder kid and then slob on Odegaard's dick, bro. Because
The actual failed
Odegaard
wonder kid.
kind of had a similar fucking career path.
No,
dude.
Odegaard was fucking 14 when he got signed. They're two
Odegaard,
very different
Odegaard
things.
from
Okay, and then-
2016 to 2021 was loaned out 3 times by Madrid
Yep.
to
To who?
to non-leagues, bro. Anderlecht,
Yes.
another team in the
I just
fucking
remember-
in Netherlands,
Okay.
and
And
I think
Sociedad was the last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking
I
about
think it was Sociedad.
a Real Madrid team. Be careful when you like move this. By the
Yeah,
way.
I gotcha.
Like don't try not to tap on it a lot. One, we're talking about a Real Madrid team that was arguably one of the best teams in history. So
no
obviously,
one's talking about the Real Madrid
no.
team. I'm
Let
talking
me
about
finish. Let me
Odegaard.
finish. Let me finish.
I'm talking about Odegaard.
Let me finish. Let me
If he-
finish.
If we wanted playing time,
Let me
he would've went somewhere else.
finish.
He would have gotten a permanent move.
Shut
somewhere
the
else.
fuck up and let me finish.
No, because you're talking about Real Madrid.
I'm gonna put the fucking volume down on your thing.
I'm talking about Odegaard. You're talking about Real Madrid.
He was playing. He got signed by a Real Madrid team that had the best team in the league.
But he
How the
didn't play
fuck
there.
do you expect him to get minutes when Modric, Kroos, and
He didn't do
Casemiro?
well on his loans. That's what he's trying to get at.
He did do well on
No.
his loans because one of his last loans was to Arsenal.
No,
He
no,
played
no.
well, got
'Cause
signed.
I remember a
Last
long time ago you said, I remember this. We were talking about Mbappe's move from Monaco to PSG a long, long time ago. You said if he's good, no matter what age he is, he'll break into the team and he'll perform.
A PSG team,
That's a big team.
but it's not. It's not.
That's
It's
a big team.
It's not a Real Madrid team that goes on to win 3 back-to-back Champions Leagues.
Still, but you're
We-
talking
we're
about
talking
a
about-
17-year-old going into a PSG team
Exactly.
starting 11.
This is what I'm saying. Xerxes wasn't fighting with fucking Kroos, and he wasn't fighting with the best of the best. He was fighting with
He came up at
Ajax
Bayern.
players.
yeah, dude.
Exactly.
They had
He came up
Lewandowski.
at Bayern.
Dude, he had Lewandowski.
But where was he
in his
before
prime.
that?
Bayern. He came up from the second
Yeah, no.
Bayern team.
Where was he before he moved?
Then he went to Bologna, and then
But
went,
he had a loan spell at Bayern.
And no,
I don't think it was
he had a loan spell at Anderlecht where he was their club top
He
scorer
played
that
well.
season.
He
16
played well.
goals.
Came back and couldn't break into a team as a.
he had
No.
Lewandowski ahead of him.
That's one player. He didn't play at all.
He's a
He played one
striker.
striker, bro.
Xerxes is not just a striker.
He's not a.
Xerxes can go out
he's a
wide.
deep lying forward, but
He's like a
not, alright, he's not-
Gakpo-esque.
I don't know about.
He's-
okay, Coleman.
He's Gakpo-esque.
Coleman,
No, he's not
Gnabry,
Gakpo-esque,
Sané.
bro.
Oh,
He's
I'm
a
sorry. A
striker.
Coleman that's injured half the
He's
season.
a striker. He's a
No,
striker.
no, no.
Also,
he,
Jamal
he's a
Musiala
striker,
was
bro.
playing left wing,
Jamal Musiala is.
but that was
That was-
you're talking about
that
2
was
years
before
ago.
the-
Okay,
yeah.
okay, 2
Yeah,
years ago.
that's-
He's most likely.
Yes, but
he's mostly a
but if
striker.
this player is as good as he should have been, as good as he should have been, he breaks into that team because Coleman is injured half the
You're not
time.
gonna play
And then we're
6'4"
talking about
player out wide.
Gnabry.
That's not comfortable there.
We're talking about
Bro,
Sané.
He's a striker, and
Yeah.
Lewa was there. He's
It's
a striker.
impossible, bro.
He's actually a striker.
And then you had to go
when did he get to move to
Choupo-Moting.
Bologna? When did he get to move to
That was
Bologna?
probably last year,
It
right?
was last year.
He got to
He
move
was a
to
one-
into
He played-
Bologna.
I think he had 1
Exactly.
year
So you're telling me Lewandowski, who's been at Barca for almost 3 years now?
No,
he
'cause
could-
the season before that he was loaned out to Anderlecht, where he was a
Mhm.
top goal scorer.
Before
So
that, he
from-
was at Bayern.
From his
3 years
season
ago.
at Anderlecht.
And you know what?
When
So
when
2 years ago.
so no so
his
so
goal,
listen to me
his
out.
goal to appearance ratio at Bayern was insane. He
Okay.
had like a Kilichi
No, so
season where he would
explain
just
to
come
me
on
why
and score.
the season
back.
that he gets sent out from Bayern
Mhm.
is a season that Bayern sell Lewandowski, and you're telling me Bayern are like, nah, we don't want to keep him. But that's not like that doesn't make sense to me. Why are they
shouldn't
not
have-
keeping
Yeah,
him?
they probably shouldn't have.
Like, it
sold
doesn't-
him at that. That
I'm
could've been
telling
his
you,
real chance,
the
though.
reason I say failed wonder kid is because to me a failed wonder kid is a kid who like should have been good. They can come good. They can end up being good. But there's a gap where he wasn't.
But he's
There's a
still
gap
alive.
where he wasn't breaking into.
Odegaard, literally.
Of course they
Odegaard.
have time. Of course they have time. I'm not saying he's a failed
How
football
old is
player.
Odegaard now? 26?
I'm not saying he's a failed
27?
footballer.
Maybe
Yeah,
older.
exactly.
he's
Exactly.
27.
Odegaard. And that's first off, that's not to say I don't think Odegaard could have been a failed wonder kid. If I look back at his statistics, he might have been. But my point is in saying is,
Definitely was.
and the same thing with Delict. They had a good opening season. They moved on to a big club. It didn't work out.
I would say Delict is.
Delict
Delict
definitely
is-
worked out. I think
Delict,
Delict worked out.
I
You
will
think
say.
Delict worked out at Juventus?
I think he was forced out by Tuchel at Bayern.
He wasn't
That-
playing.
Well, yeah, I was at Bayern. That's
At
different, though. But
Bayern.
at Juve also, he lost his
he was
starting
at
spot,
Juve
too.
before. He
did
lost
lose-
his starting
lose
spot.
at
He
Juve,
wasn't
it was a
playing
little
well.
choppy.
And then he went to he went to he went to Bayern Munich
and then got
and got
replaced
pushed out by Eric
Dyer.
Dyer.
That was kind of crazy.
Like that is literally a failed wonder kid. He's
But
going
also
into
the
this
I don't
he
think
was
he's a
also the
failed
captain
wonder
of
kid.
Ajax at 19. I think that
This
he just
is my
needs
point.
I think he just
was a
needs-
kid.
That's true.
He was
But
supposed to be a wonder kid. He was supposed to go on to be
he's
this
still
amazing
young enough
player.
to change what happened.
Of course, when I say failed wonder kid, I don't mean that they can't be good.
I still think he got big moves, which I don't know if that can make you a failed wonder kid because he
think
didn't
that,
fall
I
off
think that,
though.
but my point is that literally makes you a failed wonder kid because if you get a big mood and you move and you can't,
I think
like,
you're setting
hold
high
the pressure.
expectations for everyone who's labeled a wonder kid.
Yeah, he still played a good amount.
No,
That's
because
not
I'm,
to say he
I'm
didn't.
because you have to understand. I'm not what I'm saying is these players can still be
So
great.
who are successful wonder kids to you?
Mbappe,
That's
Em-
one.
Guys, Marco Royce is a
Mbappe,
failed wonder
Neymar.
That's what he's
Yes,
Neymar.
I stand
You're,
on that.
you're just naming generational
funny.
talents.
But that's my
wonder
point.
kids shouldn't have like the highest
Yeah,
ceiling
yeah,
ever.
That's
exactly.
Wonder
literally
kids-
what. That's why they're
No.
wonder kids.
No.
Lamine Yamal is a wonder kid, but if Lamine Yamal doesn't have a good season this year, and then he goes on to like kind of trickle on, and then
Hudson-Odoi was a wonder kid.
exactly, and he was supposed to be
And
one of
he's
the
a
best
failed
players
wonder
at
kid.
Chelsea, and he was a failed wonder
Okay,
kid.
he's rediscovering
But that's
form,
my
but I
point.
would say he is
But
a
he's
failed
getting
wonder-
better
yeah.
now,
I
and
would
that's
say he's a failed
okay.
wonder
But
kid.
as a
Delict is
wonder
not a
kid,
failed
which is
wonder
what a
kid.
wonder kid is supposed to be.
Yeah. Chelsea went from having Callum Hudson-Odoi getting rejected bids for £40 million from Bayern Munich to selling him for £5 million to Nottingham Forest.
Exactly.
This
Failed wonder
Delict,
kid.
but Delict went from Ajax to Juve for I think it was like 70 million. Then he went from
That was his big move.
that was a
after
big
the
move.
good
Then
season.
Juve to Bayern was another. I think it was
50.
I think it was more than that. I think it was. I think
it
they had,
wasn't
no, you know
more
what
than
it was?
70. But
Ajax
it
to Juve was 80, and then Juve to Bayern was 60, 70, and now he's getting sold again for about
40?
44,
Okay,
I think it was.
Yes,
in
and
pounds.
Don't get me wrong. Does that not change the fact that
He
we can
held
all
his
agree
value,
that
though. Someone like Callum
holding,
Hudson didn't.
but
So clearly there's something there, though.
Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't hold his value
But
because
that's
he
a
got
failed
hurt.
wonder kid. He did
Because he
get
got hurt.
He did
There's a
get
lot more that implement. That's why Ansu Fati isn't holding his value. That's another failed wonder kid.
Ansu
because-
Fati, yeah, I would
Exactly.
say he's a failed
But
wonder kid.
injuries have a lot to do with it because if you can go back and look at a bunch of players
But-
that got sold that probably didn't play well that sold for a lot.
Would Ansu Fati sell for as much as he was valued at maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago? Probably not.
I'm sorry,
And
say it
I think
Say-
Delict
say it again?
would Ansu Fati get sold for about how much he was valued maybe 2-3 years ago? Like right now, if
Right now,
Ansu
no,
exactly.
because he
But
doesn't-
Delict is still holding value, so I can't say that he's.
But
a failed
Delict is
wonder
holding
kid for
value
that.
because it's not an
Okay.
injury thing. It's
Hold
just he's not playing well in those teams.
Is
He can go on-
Delict a good option, and no matter what team he is at center back?
Yes.
Yes. He's not a failed wonder kid.
He's still
Oh.
he would still start in almost most. Not
He would
just
start
because
in
he's a
most
good
teams.
out. I'm sorry.
He would
Is
be
he
a good option in
is he a
most
good option?
teams.
Not in the best teams in
Like who?
the world. I don't.
Other than City, because we
And
have.
don't
I
say
don't think
Arsenal
City.
either. Don't say
I don't think.
Arsenal either.
But these are the best teams. This is.
Okay,
But
the
these are
best of
but
the
you know
these
what?
is
best.
these
But
are
you know
where
what?
wonder kids are
City,
supposed
I
to
wouldn't
go.
say.
Like
I think Arsenal.
There's a shot to put him in where
I think he
Where
has a spot in a
Gabriel's?
rotation
where?
at Arsenal.
Oh,
I see.
nah,
I
bro.
can see it. I can see it.
No,
I know
no.
Gabriel's really good,
He'd,
but I
he'd
can
be
see him.
playing fucking Carabao Cup games. No, he wouldn't.
No,
they
they
have the
don't.
best defense in arguably the world.
They don't have the best defense. Y'all actually talked about this on the podcast last week.
Who does?
They have
Are you
the
gonna say
best
City?
defense in the
Huh?
world.
Who has the best defense in the world? Are you gonna say City?
Best defense in the
Yeah.
world?
I think the only one
But
that
how do you-
rivals is maybe
Not
Real
Arsenal,
Madrid.
though. Not
Maybe Real
Arsenal,
Madrid. It's Real Madrid and Arsenal.
Really?
No.
Those
not
are the
Arsenal.
two best defenses in the world.
He talked about this last week on the
Arsenal
podcast.
had
Who
You
is
weren't
I-
listening.
Arsenal had
No,
one of the few.
I agreed with him.
Yeah,
I said they have the
was.
best defense in the world.
No, not the best defense.
Did I say
What did
something?
You were saying that the way that they
The way that
defend so well because
Arsenal
they hold the
don't-
ball
yeah,
most of the game.
exactly.
That's their way of defending.
By not conceding chances to no defensive
conceding
creating
possession.
actions. They don't have to tackle
Okay,
because
but-
they don't need to do
Okay,
tackles.
but when they
have
do
the ball.
tackle, they have a high success rate.
I don't think their stats are that high.
Saliba didn't
Saliba's
have a
tackle
crazy
percent ratio is probably not that high, and also
last season.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't like in the top percentiles at all. At least percentage wise, if you go to FBref, they're only going to show how many tackles per 90, which is going to be extremely low because they don't lose the ball. But what do you mean by best defense then? Like who are you taking as best? Like are you saying
Like a star, like
like
the
I
best
think-
defense in the
like
league.
star-studded, like best defense in the league?
I say
No, statistically, the best team in the league last year was Arsenal,
yeah, they did concede the few.
and
like,
it's the top
16
league in the
shutouts.
world.
I think they only
It's-
conceded
it's-
like 25 goals last
There's
season.
difference from conceding the least and then having the best defense.
I can agree with that, but
Exactly.
it's hard to find a team that you would say has a better defense than them. Like, who would you? Do you have any idea? It's tough. Like off the top of your head, it's kind of tough. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I wouldn't want to be
There-
put on the spot like
I
that.
mean, there aren't. I just don't think there are
Honestly,
many.
best defense in this league.
Is this specifically for Saliba? Or is this?
If we're not going by talent, and we're going by like defending as a team.
Check FBref.
I'd say Newcastle.
But they lost. You know, I would like to
Oh.
argue that, but
Bro, once
they lost Botman.
before losing Pope,
Yeah.
before losing Pope, they
Pope.
were the best defense in the league.
They were solid.
They were the
They
best
had-
defense
but
in the league before losing Pope.
I'm okay with having that argument as like best defense
As a
because they actually
team?
had to
I don't
make
think that's.
defensive
I don't
actions.
even think that's like a
Like, if you
discussion.
scroll down-
comparing. I don't.
Like you see that, look at those tackle percentages. Like those are tackles per 90. They don't need to make tackles, but there is a way to pull up percentages. I just forget how, honestly. You might have to click on it.
Where am I looking? Right here.
I think
Yeah,
defending
well,
as a
look at
team,
this.
it's not even close in the Prem.
You see
So
how low his percentiles are? But that's because they don't lose the ball to make defensive actions. Like blocks, he's in
So
the third
can I just look up
percentile.
Arsenal's statistics?
Probably. Oh my
I'd say
God.
Newcastle.
As a unit,
as
as
a
a
team,
unit,
I'd say
yeah.
Newcastle has the best defense in the league.
But
Not a back four, but as a team.
because they actually have to do defensive actions. They have to
Yeah.
actually tackle. They have to do
And,
all that.
Bro, now Livermento is like picking up form. I don't know much about Lewis Hall. I don't think
He's good.
He
Defensively,
could
I don't
be
think he's
good.
that like all that. He's more
Yeah.
offensive for sure, and I think he's gonna do really well in that Newcastle team.
he's got to be better than Dan Burn.
Anything's better
Oh
than
man,
Dan
this is
Burn.
last. This is literally this season.
Man is going through the stats right now. We're on the Premier League website. We're on FBref and whatnot.
I think with me, what I realized last year with Arsenal is that I don't think Arteta and the team have a mentality to finish out a year to win a Prem.
And it's crazy because it all comes down to those last like
No,
4 games for
Not
them.
even 4 games. It was what I consider the title game when City played Arsenal
Mhm.
at the Etihad, and
Clean sheets doesn't rank.
Of course it does. That's
No,
what
you're
the
not-
defense is supposed to do.
Everton is in second.
But yeah, because they have the same as City.
Okay, but
They-
Everton.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Everton, that freaking low block team, has 5 less clean sheets than Arsenal.
Okay, and
5
they
is a
didn't. They
lot,
didn't
but,
have a
like,
good season for how they did last year.
Everton.
Everton were down by 6.
Yeah,
A lot more first off.
Yeah,
And
but
then they got up.
They got 4
They
points.
they
back.
still started with a
They
negative
still finished
thing.
in like 15th.
Bro, Everton.
They started with
did they-
literally they started 2
Minus-
games down.
They started minus 10.
Didn't-
Hey,
More than 2
look-
games.
Didn't
look at
Everton
this-
score the least goals in the league last year?
Probably.
Probably. What does that have to do with?
Lewin was scoring goals, so it definitely wasn't them.
Anyway, as I was saying, Arsenal, they don't have the mentality. I don't think to finish the year. When they played City at that Etihad, at that last stretch of Premier League games, and you see them go into
They would have been at the same. They would have been tied with Wolves.
5-4-1 low block, and just sit back, and you see them like after
It's like
after
Chelsea
the
against every
final
team.
whistle. You see them after the final whistle celebrating a tie against City.
Yup.
While we have a game in hand and we're catching up to them on the table when everyone was like, "Oh no, Arsenal are surely going to win the league now in December." I don't know. That mentality is like, I don't think that'll ever win you a
You should be
Premier League.
disappointed.
If you're celebrating a tie,
Yeah, that's true. Unless you're like a low table team, like that makes sense, but
yeah,
not
bro,
for an
if
Arsenal.
if you're fighting for first, you do not
Yeah.
celebrate a tie, especially when we're right behind you with
Yeah, for
games
real.
in hand.
I just think that comes with time, though.
No, that's a mentality though.
Yeah, but a
It's
mentality that gets instilled over time. Like
What are you talking about? They were celebrating a tie.
Dude,
you're right, but like the
Top of the league.
the
they're
like okay,
celebrating a
we
tie.
we
Yeah,
won't
they
we
need to
won't
win that
we're
game.
not happy with anything other than a win to win this league
Mhm.
is a mentality that's instilled over
That's
time.
not instilled. That's
Of course it is.
Bro,
Arteta's been there 5 years.
They're adults.
Of course.
They
And where did
play-
Arteta start?
Bro,
Like we're
as
acting like-
City's as
They-
Pep's
no.
assistant.
Where did Arsenal start?
Ah,
Sorry.
okay.
Where did
yeah,
Arsenal
in
start
the mud.
when
In the mud,
Arteta
of
came in?
course.
They were in the mud,
Of
bro. The
course.
fact that they're competing with the teams that they have now is already like, oh,
He also spent
they're
a
speaking.
shit ton of money.
Okay,
But
you spent a shit ton of
Alright,
money. All
alright,
right,
alright,
let's
different
not talk about the
situation,
money because
completely
every
different
team has
situation.
spent a
I'm
shit
sure
ton
their
of money.
aggregate is better than Arsenal though.
we sell
sure their
players for a
aggregate is better
profit.
than
Yeah, but
You know
no
who
one gives a
doesn't?
fuck about what you're not anywhere. You aren't anywhere.
Either
Hey,
way,
hey,
I
hey,
I
hey,
don't
we're
think
coming back.
I don't think Arsenal have a leader in that team.
Oh, he's gonna get fuming over that one.
Oh, Declan Rice.
That's
what
Shut
I was
the
gonna
fuck
say.
up.
Yes.
Bro, there's shut up.
He's
He-
the only
he was
one in that
prob-
team that's won anything.
He was probably the first one to sell conference league.
Stop with the
Whatever.
conference league shit. He was in a final and he didn't crumble under
Bro,
pressure
they
at the end of the
they
day.
probably fucking
Who'd you
went
guys
to
play?
Nando's after winning conference league and had a group
Who'd you
dinner
guys
and
win
went
in
home.
in the final of that game anyway? Who was it?
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina.
What do they do in Serie A?
Nothing.
Ah, okay.
What do West Ham do in the Premier
They-
League?
they beat a-
Guys,
they
stop
beat a bunch
acting
of
like West
fucking
Ham's a
Cyprus
fuck.
and Romani teams
you-
to get to the final.
Sounds
and
about
they're
right.
I'm sorry, but
impressed.
are we gonna sit here and act like City don't fucking trek through fucking trash ass teams in the Champions League? Like
I mean, there's
in
still
a
at least
their
Champions
whole
League.
group,
At
their
least
whole
in the
group.
Champions League.
Exactly.
They get
There are
Shakhtar
shit
every year,
teams.
but
There are
you know.
shit
League,
teams
bro.
in the Champions League compared to a City team.
And conference.
Yes. Stop acting.
No, bro.
You're literally
No.
not. Okay.
Chelsea
I'm
in
sorry.
Conference League.
No,
If any Premier League team,
Uh,
any lower side Premier League team is competing in in Conference League, it's gonna be a bigger competition for them. Obviously,
But-
as a City fan, you're
No,
gonna
no.
be like, it's just
but you're making
Conference
the
League.
conversation different now. You're saying Arsenal have a winner in Declan Rice.
A A winner.
experienced winner. It
Conference
doesn't matter.
That's
what
not
you
experience.
win.
It's one title. That's not an experience winner.
Did he even play?
Not
much?
at
Of course
all.
it is.
No.
He captained a team that went on to win a.
He's an experienced loser in
European League.
finals too.
Yes, but he's the only one with a win on that team.
When I
What do you
go home
mean?
Tonight, I'm gonna look up.
So
the
do all those
highlights
players.
of that
Saka
1-1
literally
game,
lost 2
and
euros.
I'm gonna screen record Declan cheesing after tying 1-1 to City while they're fighting.
All right,
for
say that.
first. Because no
They got-
fucking way
Wait,
do
wait,
you allow your team to smile and celebrate a 1-1 tie while you're fighting for first, bro. They don't have a leader on that team. Nobody.
Saliba's quiet.
So
If
okay,
if I'm
don't get me.
captain-
Here's
first
the thing.
of all, they're adults. They've been playing the sport for so fucking long. To have the mentality
Half
to
of them are
celebrate
not
a
adults.
Huh?
Half of them are fucking like they're like 21.
Who?
And even if they're 21, 22, they've been playing the game for years. They know top of the league, they shouldn't be dropping points. They know they should be pissed about a tie in their position. To be celebrating a tie in that position, they don't have a leader. And Mikel Arteta is not it.
They celebrated
really
a tie
don't.
against Chelsea when we were up 2-0 against them or something like that. And I remember Bob Sanchez kicked the ball straight to Declan Rice, and all he did was pass it into the net. They got so happy to tie Chelsea.
It's a good finish.
There's no problem.
I'm not talking about the finish. It was
it was a
it was
good
great.
finish.
It was
I
great.
just wanna make sure
It's just
that-
a worst pass. That's all it is.
No, it's a bad pass, but it's,
But it's a good finish from that
Yeah.
deep. But anyways, they celebrated tying to 10th place Chelsea all year. We were in 10th place until the last 6 games of the season when we were in 5 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They celebrated tying Chelsea, an awful team last year who suffered 7.1 injuries per game, and they celebrated that tie as well. I want to just reiterate that talking about the tie.
I understand
They-
what you're
they don't
saying,
have
but
Premier
I
League
think
winner
what
every
I'm
time.
trying to like get you guys to understand is that mentality isn't just brought in. With the way Arteta's working on things, that mentality is grown. So these players that are there that have been there for a while and that are learning about are growing with the club. City
How
didn't.
much longer does he need to cook?
How much?
What is this,
How long?
4 years?
How long did it
This
take?
is his fifth
When did
season,
City
I
win their?
Fifth season?
I think
When did
it's his fifth
when
season.
2012? Is that when they won their first one?
2011, 2012.
2011, 2012.
Anyways, what's going on with that Crystal Palace free kick? How did they call that out?
I
Call
didn't.
that
What
back?
did they call on that?
It was a foul
It was
in the
a
box.
foul in the
but
box.
It was
Oh, I didn't
it
even
was a
see it.
direct-
Like I
honestly,
saw it
they
and I was
blew
like,
the whistle
that
right-
looks
honestly,
crazy.
though, it was a stupid foul. It was dumb.
It was dumb, but
It
he
was
also
like
blew the-
rugby ball. It was like rugby blocking.
he also blew the whistle right when it was like maybe 3 yards away from goal. Like the ball was literally 3 yards away
Yeah.
from the goalie, and they blew the whistle. I'm
As
like,
a as a fantasy owner, I was pissed about it.
that's fair.
And a disallowed assist.
And it just allowed
I
us
was,
to
fuck.
right.
I was pissed about it.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I stand on everything I said. That being said,
We know that already.
yeah, I know you guys are never gonna agree with me. We don't ever agree on
That's not-
soccer takes.
Sometimes.
No, like
Sometimes.
damn near. The only time we agree
Alright.
is when there's no one else in the room.
Let's check back
That's not
match day 38.
Yeah, we will.
When-
We
when
shall.
Arsenal are probably like 8th place or some shit. 'Cause I
Alright,
really
Okay, that's
don't-
crazy.
no,
That's
I really don't rate them this
crazy.
season.
That's
You think they're gonna
crazy.
fall off that bad though?
Bro, who's gonna
Bro.
score the goals this season? Havertz
They
starting
do-
at striker.
But they
He also had a
same
goal.
thing
Alright,
happened
well,
last
I
year.
will say this: I did see a crazy stat.
How many goals did Havertz have last year?
He had more from left back.
He had more from I think he had about, I want to say like 12 or 13. But I will say this:
Is it the same as Nicholas
from-
Jackson?
no. Nicholas Jackson had more.
You said 12 or
14.
13. He
Yeah, but
had 14.
Jackson had 14.
Okay, he had
That's-
one more
Okay,
goal.
and honestly, Havertz might have had more than 13. But anyways, I did see a stat that since January of last year, Kai Havertz has had the most goal contributions in the league since January. So more than Haaland, more than Palmer. So good on him, and that counts into this year too. That was the one game.
I do not care.
Yeah,
He
honestly,
does not pass the eye test. I do not care how many.
But Nicholas Jackson does.
yes,
Yes, 'cause he-
yes.
When
he
he's
just can't
missing
finish.
fucking sitters, he had 13 and 7
Yo,
assists.
I am.
He had 13 and 7
wow,
assists.
That's actually a really
Okay, but-
any goal contribution.
But like I don't
Chelsea
know.
reject.
How many Premier Leagues to show for it?
How many Champions League?
He had a Champions League.
But not with them. They
He had
could
it with
never.
Chelsea. But he's still a
Arsenal
Champions
could
League.
never.
Still a Champions League. It's the only other winner on the team.
Yeah, it's the only other winner.
The only other winner on the team.
He still celebrated the 1-1 tie.
That he did.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
well-
I'm not saying it's good that I don't think they should be celebrating 1-1 tie. But it's not like it is against literally the only team that they're competing against, and they made y'all drop points, which is. I mean, were they not losing that game too?
Against which one? Which game?
So against City, they were losing the game,
I don't remember if they came
I-
back.
if I don't- I'm pretty sure I remember them- and it was at the Etihad.
I think it was at the end.
It was at the Etihad. Like it's. I'm not saying that you're not right. Like their mentality needs to be better. Like they need to be like wanting to win every single time. But it's an Arsenal team against arguably one of the greatest Premier League teams of all time. Like it is, if not the greatest Premier League team of all time. The greatest Premier League team of all time. They're constantly on their ass. Like they're pushing for the fourth. Everyone is like there is a lot more than just, hey, you didn't win. Like, you should be mad. There's so many factors that go into it.
I don't think so. I think the mentality did everything last year. Bro, they took 4 points from us. They beat us the first time, and then they tied
And
at
they
that.
still
They
lost
had-
the league.
And they still lost
But
the
that's-
league. Like, that's all mentality, bro. I think that's all mentality.
Yeah, but then they drop the games that really matter, which are the ones that lost in the league, is when they drop points to West Ham
And Chelsea.
and Chelsea. They drop points
came back
anywhere
on
else.
us.
I don't think that game isn't why they lost. I think
It's
you
not
can
the
credit.
game, it's the mentality.
I understand
I'm
that,
with
but they had the same.
There's no hunger if you're. There's no hunger for. a
But that's
PLA
one
title if you're
game.
celebrating
But
a
that's
tie.
one game.
It doesn't matter how many games it is. If you're celebrating a tie while top of the league to the only competitor to win the league, you're not hungry for it, bro. That's just
I don't know.
sports.
But it's not, because in this sport there are draws are beneficial. So sometimes
In a
I'm not
way.
obviously I'm not saying that 2 points the 2
Not
points
when
they
you
would
know
have gone,
City have easier games with games in hand.
Yeah.
but they didn't have that much of an easier run. They did have games in hand. They didn't have that much of an easier run. The reason shit went the way it did is because they should have beat West Ham. They should have beat Chelsea. But those are the games where I'm like they dropped points because they didn't play well. Not the mentality in the sense of like, hey, like you tied against City. I do think that they should be like, yo, we should have won the game.
If you have the talent,
But that's not what lost them the league.
If you have the talent and tactics and everything else to take 4 points from City in a Premier League game in a Premier League
You
season,
should be able to win the league.
you should be able to win.
It's that simple.
Especially if they're the best
But we're
team.
and the
But
best
they're
defense.
but time out.
That's what people
One,
are
they're
calling
not the best team, and two, we're not. The fact that it isn't is only to credit how.
Producer Mike here.
Yo, Mike, what do you think?
What we saying?
What do you think?
Get on the mic.
Hey, man, turn my mic. I'm not gonna lie. I low key agree with the mentality thing.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
it's
think
3v1.
everyone's gonna agree with it. Everyone's gonna
3v1.
agree with it. It's always a
Nah.
3v1.
3v1.
It's always me against the world, but it's okay. Anyways, my point in saying this is we're talking about a City team
That
that's.
should be the podcast name. You against us.
I'm down.
You against
I'm
the
always
world.
down.
This is mentality.
Okay. So we're gonna sit here and not act like City's like you said, the greatest Premier League team of all time.
Exactly.
And
And Chelsea
Arsenal-
gave them a run for
Arsenal-
their money the last game.
last game, Arsenal have been bringing them down to the last game of the season
They have been.
for 2 seasons now.
And they still couldn't get over the line.
Liverpool did it for 2 seasons, and we're gonna act like this Liverpool team had bad mentality. They were,
No, Liverpool had a great mentality.
and they only
were
won
never in
one
the-
Premier
I don't think
League.
Liverpool were ever in.
won more than Arsenal.
Okay, how long did it take them?
And
It took them
honestly,
3
6 years.
It took them 6
and-
years.
no,
Wait. Actually, no. it
They
took
won
less
one
than-
Premier League in
and
6
took-
years.
no,
Hold on,
Klopp
hold
took
on,
less than 6 years.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
I think it was
And
5. I think it was 5.
They
No,
should
Klopp was
have-
there for 8
They
years.
should have won another, but they had a really great season when we had our Centurion season.
But that's my
They should
point.
have had two
That, what was it?
Premier
90,
Leagues.
98 points they had, I think.
You
I
guys,
don't
you guys
remember.
literally have a
They
player.
were like 2
You have a
games
player on your
from
team
winning.
that I think has lost like 3 games in the last 2 years.
Scott Carson.
I do believe it's on. Yeah. All right. So technical difficulties. We're back. Everyone say hi.
Yo.
Yo, we're back.
Where did you guys leave off?
We were just arguing.
What's
All right.
the-
Back.
That's how
Back.
it usually
We're gonna get right back into it.
Had to
Yeah,
get a
we're
water
getting right
break,
back
you
into
know?
arguing. I don't know. Again, I think as time goes on, we'll get better at this, and I'll have more statistics on hand to support my takes if I feel like I need them. You're
I'm
but
just opening my
yeah,
laptop and get this
but he
phone crazy.
always like
I
this is the
love
thing.
stats.
He
That's my shit.
always has statistics out. I'm like a lot more about
Eye
because
test.
it's different.
Him and
You-
Tiago are eye test.
Yeah, we've played ball our whole life,
I
so
didn't.
like
Yeah, but my eye test checks out.
you have glasses on.
My eye
Shut the
test
fuck
checks
up.
out.
That's
You
why
wear
he needs
glasses.
them, man.
My eye test
You're-
still checks out.
I've played ball with Tiago.
Yeah, I
Who
haven't
has
played
better
any
ball IQ?
He also he sees the game more because where he played in his position, you know.
I've never seen someone sent off more in my life.
That has nothing to do with ball IQ.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
I do. If you're
That's-
as a center back,
that's 20 That's 20
if you're
aggression.
getting sent off as much as you were getting sent off,
This guy's
It
saying
weren't-
20
it
like it's
wasn't for
FM.
fouls.
It wasn't for
it wasn't.
okay,
for
you're right.
fouls.
Half of them weren't for fouls, but some of them were. But no, you know we're not gonna get into it.
I
We're not
chat
gonna.
shit to the ref, and I'm here to chat shit to you guys.
No, we're not.
alright?
We're
So this is what I do.
We're not gonna get into it because we played only like 2-3 years together, and it was towards the end of our.
That's fair.
Yeah, so you only saw like a fraction of those.
You didn't see his prime
Exactly.
games, you know?
I did. You guys didn't see me play anywhere else other than.
I saw you enough.
You've never.
You didn't make the JV team.
I saw an.
I didn't try out for the JV team.
Sorry, varsity team.
He didn't make the varsity team.
No,
I
I didn't.
didn't make either. But you did try out one year.
I tried out.
Oh, middle school.
I tried out in
Middle
middle school.
No, you tried out. You tried out in high school too.
The year that we tried out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Honestly,
We both
Tiago got
didn't make it.
scammed because the
Yeah,
coaches
I
were
know.
saying they loved how he was playing. I don't know how he didn't get called up.
Neither one of us got. Bro,
I'm saying that, but I remember the coaches saying that they loved his ball.
N-
I'm telling you.
the coach didn't watch us play.
No, one of them did. Right?
Yeah,
Didn't you have one
the
coach say
freshman
something?
coach.
Oh, was the freshman coach?
The freshman coach watched us play and
It
then
was
called
Bochos,
us
wasn't it?
in.
I don't remember his name. It was some
Titus?
No, it wasn't
It was-
Titus.
Definitely
It was some
wasn't
other dude that
Some
that,
short dude.
that was like fucking.
Yeah, some brolic
Hockey
short
as
dude.
fuck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right,
I don't know.
disregard.
Anyways, point
Sorry,
is,
my
neither
fault.
one of us made the team, but we were seniors when we tried out, so that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with
I
our ball.
spit in the locker room on the way out.
Yeah, he did. And they needed our positions too.
I
It's
know,
not like they
I know.
didn't.
I got cut with a dude who was playing in Jordans.
No,
The
that's
level
crazy.
of disrespect.
Oh, was that the? Oh, what was his name?
Motherfucker was trying out in Jordans. Are you gonna
His
cut
name
me
was
with
Jordan. His name was Jordan.
How do you remember that? Oh
You
my
Because
God.
I remember
him? You're
him.
gonna cut me with him?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was
I
crazy.
spit in that locker
But it
room
was
on the way out.
disrespectful, bro. They just called all the seniors, and they didn't even like bother like calling us by name. They were just like,
That's
yeah, just
crazy.
follow him. Anyways, point is, it was disrespected, but
Oh,
we both got IQ. So we're about. We're just listen. We rambled for like an hour. We're about to get into just like predicting the next round of the Premier League. We're gonna go down just like literally in the order of which the games are gonna be played. We'll guess. Maybe we'll guess some goal scorers really quickly. Just well, we don't have to guess goal scorers. Just guess like who we think is gonna dominate the game, who we think is gonna win the game, stuff like that. Just quick though. We'll start first game of the season. First game of the week. Brighton United.
Brighton home.
Brighton home. I think it's a tie. I think it's a boring game. I think it's like a 1-1 game.
Okay.
You think it's boring? Oh, I think it's gonna be a goal
I think
scoring
it's a
affair.
1-1 game.
3-3. I also agree with the tie, and I don't know what Brighton are on. They just signed at least 4 different right wingers that are left footed. Makes no sense. I don't know what they're
Yakuba
cooking.
Mente is insane though.
Yeah, too bad he got a concussion, but he'll be back soon. He does look
I
great.
think Brighton will win.
You think they'll win?
I just don't think. I think United what they did last week isn't sustainable.
Did they look that bad though? I don't think.
But
It didn't look sustainable. Like it didn't look.
But
Right.
I was watching the Everton Brighton game
That was
last
just
week.
back and forth.
Huh?
It was back and forth
What,
that
the
game.
Brighton Everton?
Yeah,
Not really.
You don't think so?
It opened up after Ashley Young got a red card
that's true. That's a
in
good
the
point.
first half, and it was like a dumb mistake. It was 1-0 till then, and then it kind of just opened up after that. But Everton didn't look too
They didn't.
good either. But Brighton honestly didn't look too good until
I
they were
just
playing. against them.
but I agree with you.
21-year-old coach.
I think it'll be like a what is I think it'll be like a 2-1.
You said a win for Brighton.
Yeah, I
don't
think it'll be a
I don't
2-1
know
win
if
for
it'll
Brighton.
I
I
think
just
it's
don't.
gonna
I
be
don't think
close.
United looks sustainable at all. I think,
They never do.
but that's my point.
high
So
hopes
like
for
it's
that.
like
I
it's
don't
like
know
a team like Brighton who have like history of like playing well against these big teams. I think we'll like be able
This
to
is
like.
a new coach though. That gets thrown.
Yeah,
out the
but
window.
it was a new coach last season going from the season before.
De Zerbi. Yeah,
The season before that.
Yeah, 2 years, but he's been there for 2 years. He brought a new
Exactly,
s-
but
a new
I'm sorry, the
system
season before that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like
fair.
it's like
That was
they're
Graham
constant.
Potter.
They're
It was Graham
constant.
Potter.
Exactly, and
They-
they still had good seasons.
Yeah, you
Like
know.
they always go into like
Ninth place.
last
is
year
their
was the
best
first year I
finish.
remember them having a coach for 2 seasons straight. Because Graham
That's-
Potter was there for like what maybe 2
I
seasons.
would say 2 seasons. Too.
Like maybe
I
like
don't
it's
even know.
like they don't hold on to coaches for that long.
That's true.
And I don't see it like being that much of like a
Graham
push.
Potter, Chelsea legend.
Anyways,
guy.
all right, cool. So you said 1-1. You said 3-3. I said
3-3.
literally perfect. Literally
All right,
perfect.
we'll make this quick.
Yeah, quick. All right. And then I said 2-1. Brighton. Tottenham Everton.
I think it's another stalemate. I think that's another 1-1 game or 0-0.
Tottenham 3-0. The
Go
Spurs
ahead,
fan.
tap it,
Come on,
tap it.
come on, Spurs fan, jump in.
Tottenham 3-0. I
I
think
said
we got
3-0
that.
as well.
Because we got to come back. We have to do better. We have
Solanke
to finish the
brace.
chances. Solanke
Nah.
scoring a goal, and I think Kulusevski's going to have an assist and a goal.
Branthwaite's gonna have him on legs and Tarkowski. Bro, Solanke's.
Branthwaite's getting another red.
I don't rate Solanke.
Bro, no, listen.
What?
Solanke as a player who drops in, target man, holds the ball up. We never had that. We never had a dedicated striker since we lost Harry Kane. That's what Richie was supposed to be, but he's a winger, bro.
He is a winger. I agree with that statement.
Period.
Okay.
I don't rate
I
him.
hear
I
what
don't
you're
believe in late bloomers that much.
Bro, he's going to score.
He had 19
He's
goals.
going to start bagging
Bournemouth,
goals.
though. I mean, granted,
But who else
Yeah.
is gonna score on Bournemouth?
that's true too.
Someone needed to
Tavernier.
score. How many penalty goals was it?
I actually that
I felt
It
like
might have been a
I
good
felt like
amount.
it wasn't a lot, but it was like quite a few.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know. But
I don't know. I don't rate Solanke.
I hear you,
I'm
but
saying
I
Tottenham
think
win.
Solanke. Yeah,
What
I'm
about you?
thinking a Tottenham win, like a 2-0 win.
I said 3.
I don't think it'll be that like a 3-0 like.
Oh, I think it's gonna be a complete
I think
performance.
it's gonna be hard for them to score.
I don't.
They-
I
Everton
think
always
I
beat
think
hard
with the
goals,
way they,
that's true.
the way they were moving the ball last week, like
I
against Leicester, and
really-
Leicester played a good game.
I
it was-
really rate. I was watching the Everton game. Their new center mid signing. It's fucking insane.
Who?
Is there like a projected
No,
loss
this,
here?
this was
No.
a screenshot.
Listen, I think our biggest problem is going to have to be dealing with that low block.
That's I feel like
Madison isn't shooting the ball, and he's moving around. That side-to-side pathing is going to get nowhere. Like, we can't do that.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, 2-0, 3-0, and you said what?
Was it Tiago Almada?
1-1.
1-1. Okay, all right. Southampton Forest. That's a
Southampton Forest. Forest W all day.
Really?
Yeah. Yo, they just signed Nketiah too. Good for them.
This guy,
Southampton didn't look as bad as I expected them to.
Tim Ito. I'm not gonna try.
That's
I don't even think I didn't watch
he-
the game all the way through.
He has Bov.
Do you want to explain what that is? Because I don't think
Quickly.
people.
don't
I don't even know what that
If you
is.
know,
You don't know what Bov is?
No.
Bov is like whatever.
just unfazed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like
Berbatov,
Busquets.
Busquets.
Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
I hear
like,
what
stuff
you're
like
saying.
that kind of
Vibes,
baller.
that type of vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
Like they're just
like
like
you could press me as much as you want.
this is
like,
natural.
You're not getting it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like very like yeah. So the Berbatov
Yeah,
is the
nonchalant,
yeah.
nonchalant feints.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
quick-
Okay,
Got
okay.
it.
Quick touches, not quick touches, but like. All right.
Yeah,
go on.
okay.
All right,
Anyways,
for Southampton, I'm saying force W, 2-1.
Is
I-
Espiritu Santo still coaching Nottingham Forest?
no, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Honestly, I'll check
I
right now,
don't
but I don't think so.
I will say I don't know. Southampton didn't look that bad last week.
They actually they look.
Like they looked better than I expected them to.
I think Edozie needs to start.
I like him too.
I think Edozie needs to start.
I think he should too.
I don't know.
Let's see.
I would say like a. I w-
Oh, it's Russell Martin, the coach. Russell Martin.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
For Southampton.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, who you got? You're asking Forrest, right?
Yeah, he was asking
Yeah,
for Forest.
Brother, Jesus.
I don't know. I don't.
Southampton do have Hardward Bellis though, who was a
Mhm.
phenomenal center back.
Was it Bell? They had another center mid too.
Southampton?
Yeah.
They just signed Ugochukwu, but I don't think that's what you're talking about.
Check it.
Sorry, I'm looking. Yeah, it's still Nuno Espiritu.
I don't rate
it
him
is?
that much.
Squad.
I feel like Nuno Espiritu is very much like a non-tactical.
Aribo. Joe Aribo looked really good
Yeah, he
last
looked
game.
solid.
Really good.
I think
I don't know. I would say I would give like a 2-2.
So 2-2. What about you?
I didn't watch enough of both teams honestly, but I hope Southampton wins because I don't like Espiritu Santo.
Okay, so give a score.
1-0 Southampton.
Oh, Man City Ipswich.
Man City Ipswich. I'm scared of Ipswich.
I would be too. They look good against Liverpool.
I still think, but I think it's
City
still.
is, I know none of them know what to expect going into the game.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the scariest thing. And our defense is shaky and will always
Mhm.
be shaky.
And especially at the start of the season for City. I feel like at the start of the season is where they're most vulnerable.
Our defense is shaky no matter what. I feel like we focus on ball playing, and when we're on the back foot,
Yeah.
Hey,
suck at defense.
Hey, I still think it's a 3-1 win.
I think Liam Delap gets a revenge
goal
goal
against?
on us.
I can hear that.
I'm gonna see that. I mean, I think Ipswich is the first team that like Holland kind of tweaks.
No, I don't think so.
I do.
2-1. 2-1
I think
City.
Holland.
I think it's gonna be close.
Holland's
close
a
one.
fucking.
I'll say 2-1.
I'm gonna say 3-1. I'm gonna say 3-1.
Yeah.
I think Holland will get 3 goals too. I don't think it'll be anything other than like a Holland just like
Fair enough.
dominating in the air. Fulham Leicester. Leicester looked really good.
They did look solid.
They looked solid.
I love Fatawu. I love Fatawu.
The way he plays
bro.
so direct. Oh, and he gets stuck in. Oh my god.
Yo, 5 tackles as a
As a
winger,
winger?
is crazy.
Active. But I'm also gonna say Leicester's gonna win that game.
Yeah, I'm
2-0.
gonna
I
say
don't-
it's a 2-0
Fulham?
win. Fulham are. They didn't look bad,
Who
but
did
they.
play?
I think that's an open game.
You think it's open?
I think that's good.
I don't know. I think Leicester can hold it down defensively.
Fulham have no Pelinha. They have no control of that midfield
Yeah.
anymore.
They did sign a DM recently.
They're playing
I forget who.
Andreas Pereira as a pivot, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not mental.
I think that's an open.
Because they're
game.
playing
I think
Smith Rowe in
it's-
front of him.
Who?
Smith Rowe is in front of
I
him.
think
no?
it's. I think it's like a 3-2 game, Leicester. I think it's a very open game.
I don't know. I'm saying 2-0.
Did Fulham score last game?
I honestly don't remember.
I
who
don't
they
think so.
even Played.
I don't remember.
Your team.
Crystal Palace, West Ham. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm looking like 3-3.
I feel like.
I think that's an
Goal fight.
open ass game.
I
Yeah,
have a like. I think West Ham always struggle with Crystal Palace.
we do. We
It's
do.
a London rival.
It's normal. It's
Yeah.
normal for us. Yeah, we always struggle against Crystal Palace. It was them and Newcastle, mainly because wherever Callum Wilson is. It's always just Callum Wilson always
Yeah.
gets a goal against us. But I don't know. I just see. I'm hoping that we like work in Wan-Bissaka and Fulkrug and Somerville, which I think will lead to
This is a game for them to start for sure.
lapse in judgment. In terms of like, Wan-Bissaka might not looking as comfortable, and maybe Kilman, stuff like that. But I do think that we still get like towards the end of it. I think we'll go down like 2-1, 2-0, then we'll get 2, and then they'll score 1, and then we'll score 1 type of thing.
I think y'all got it 2-1.
I don't know. It's just Crystal Palace look good. I feel.
They look good, but I don't think they're. I think that was just a blip. I don't rate them this season. And they just lost Joaquin Anderson. That's done.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I think
Okay, that's a really big loss.
loss.
I'd probably go 2-0 West Ham.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
West Ham
I'm sticking now. Actually, now knowing that, I think we'll edge it. I think we'll 3-2, but I still think it'll be a lot of goals.
Then we got Aston Villa, Arsenal.
Aston Villa, Arsenal.
Ooh,
Aston Villa 2-1.
I don't even think Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal concede.
if Ian Matson
I think
starts.
it's a 2-0 win for Arsenal again.
I thought Villa looked good against West Ham. I watched it. I only
They
watched
did.
the
They
first
did look
quar-
good.
I
They
only
did look
watched the
good.
first half because Sporting played at 1. I had to watch Sporting, so I only watched the first half. But they looked really good. I feel like
I agree.
that midfield of that double pivot of Tielemans and Onana is
I wonder if
insane.
that's gonna
And
stay though.
it-
I hope so for their sake. Tielemans,
unless they
he was
push
in and out
Rice
the
up,
side.
unless they push Rice up the field more to break
press.
up to break that up, I
Mhm.
don't see them
getting control.
controlling the game as much as they want.
I can see
to.
that.
I do just because I feel like Onana took it. Like he took advantage of like pure like physical dominance against that West Ham squad, which I don't think he can do against
They do have some.
against the
some
Declans and
bodies
the
in the
parties
field.
of the world.
Yeah, they
And
get
parties healthy. Like I don't. And we're
That's
talking
what
about a
Villa have
Saliba, a
big
Gabby.
lineup too, bro.
They do.
Morgan Rogers is
But
not
that's
small.
I know.
no, but this is what I'm
Rogers
saying.
is huge.
The biggest reason why they were like dominating us is because Socek, as much as he is like a workhorse, he's not a physically like very dominant player. He's not fast. He's
Really?
not too strong.
Oh, okay.
Like
Fast.
it,
I was
he,
gonna say,
he's
I feel like
he's runs
pretty-
around, but
I
he's
feel like
he's
tough. What do you mean he's not that strong?
he's tough. He's not strong.
He also
Like
gets
he can
handballs when
take a
slides
hit.
to the floor.
He can shut up. Man,
Man,
listen. Listen, he can take a hit. He's not one to give a hit.
All right,
That type
fair
of
enough.
thing.
That's
So like
good. I
he's
don't
tough
watch
in
him
that
enough to know
sense, but
that,
he
so that's fair.
like he's not one to give a hit. I haven't seen enough Guido Rodriguez to understand like too much yet, but I just think that they took advantage of the pure physical dominance that I don't think they could do against a defensive.
Villa's also at home,
2-2.
so I do think they.
I don't know. I'm gonna stick on a 2-0. I don't think Villa get a goal.
Again, I'll go back to the mentality thing. I don't know how well Arsenal do away, but I do know they play very well at the Emirates.
Mhm.
So I'll take Villa.
I'm saying 2-2.
Okay,
Then
I'm
we're
saying
moving on.
2-0. Yeah, Wolves Chelsea. I'm gonna start off. I'll say 2-1 Chelsea. I don't think it'll be a convincing
Chelsea
win.
struggles with Wolves.
I-
Chelsea struggles.
Hey, no
with
Sterling
Wolves.
this time.
Like,
We might have
No,
a
no,
chance.
I hear you. I don't think it'll be a convincing win by any means.
It's either
But I
like-
just think Wolves
it's
look
either-
really bad.
They do look
They
bad.
do look really bad, which
But
I want
it's
to
the
say
Wolves.
Chelsea blow
It's
them
just
out the water
the way
like
that
4-0.
the problem is the way that Wolves play with their 3-5-2 system. It's always just let's counter them. Let's sit in a low block, and that's how you always break down, especially a Maresca team where it's just a possession-based team. We're gonna have lots of the ball. They're just gonna sit back, and then they're gonna hit us on the counter. They don't have Pedro Neto anymore, so at least they lost that kind of pace on the wing, and he gave us such an issue last year. So I'm hoping that's enough. I'm gonna stay.
So that's why I think
I'm
it'll be
actually
2-1.
conservative. I'm gonna say 1-1. I feel like we don't know how to break down a low block well enough yet. We're
Thing
still
is, I feel like-
inexperienced.
I feel like Wolves go down to man like every
Every
other
game, honestly. And they did lose
As
Kilman.
soon as they get that red card,
Yeah.
Chelsea's gonna open it up.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
No, I hear you. All right, but yeah. So
I'll say
I'm gonna say
1-1.
2-1. You say 1-1.
I
You
think Chelsea blow out the water. I think 4-0.
I hope
Oh,
so,
wow.
man. I would
Okay.
love that.
Bournemouth Newcastle.
I think Newcastle 1-0.
Yeah, I do too.
That is gonna be a boring ass game. to
I think
watch.
it'll be
will
a.
not be tuning
Yeah,
into
exactly.
that.
Really?
I
feel
will
like-
not be tuning into.
I'm
that.
actually kind of excited. I like watching Newcastle.
I think Newcastle are fun to watch, but Bournemouth aren't.
They have
Newcastle are fun to watch against good teams.
That's true. That's true. This is. I'm gonna
Bro,
still
other
say
than
no.
Sinisterra, who do Bournemouth have?
Hey,
Emmy
Tavernier?
Nilsson? They just signed Emmy Nilsson.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna start right away
Oh,
yet.
Yeah,
But Tavernier is nice.
yeah. Nah.
And Owatara, I think his name is.
Nah.
But
Yeah, I think it's just a very
I'm
boring
gonna say
like
honestly,
2-0
I
for
think it's
Newcastle.
2-0 for Newcastle.
I
Maybe
think I still think
even
it'll be a boring one though.
I don't think it'll be
it'll
boring. I think
I do.
It'll be boring for
It's gonna be like two
Bournemouth.
Route 1 teams just fucking
Yeah.
kicking it
Just
back
like
and
yo,
forth.
go.
It's gonna be like 2004 Prem style.
Odds on one of the Newcastle midfielders getting sent off though. Like I do think one of them
Against
Tonali
Bournemouth.
isn't-
Oh,
no,
again,
Tonali-
I feel like
Tonali
no,
still
no,
isn't
no,
back
Joe
yet.
Arlington.
That's
next
next game.
Joelinton.
I think Joelinton's gonna get.
He's gonna get a booking.
Yeah, I think.
Don't
Like,
worry
definitely a
about
booking. I had a chance to get a red card.
it. And then final
So
game.
I said 2-0. You said
I said 2-0.
2-0, and you said
I
2-0.
said 2-0.
Oh wow, we all
Yeah.
agreed. All right, cool. And then Liverpool Brentford.
I'll change 1-0.
And Liverpool Brentford. I think Brentford looked really good.
Yeah.
I think they just
Liverpool's
looked.
at Anfield though.
Crystal Palace should
Yeah.
have won that game. I'm sorry.
I don't
Brentford
know,
looked
bro.
good, but they
Brentford looked really direct, and I think that was
It's
that was good
important.
for them.
Yeah, especially
It's very
against-
important against a
no-
bigger team. Like
yeah.
just go at them and like pressure them. And I think an Arne Slot team that isn't fully like figured out yet, that's where I would be at.
This is another thing you guys talked about last week. I do not like how lowly you guys rated Liverpool for this season.
I don't
Dude,
know.
it just
I really don't rate them.
statistically
Hold on,
like
hold on.
in the history, it doesn't make sense.
When it comes, if there is no Liverpool haters in this world, that means I'm dead. Okay, I hate Liverpool, but I don't hate them as much as y'all did last week.
No, I don't
No,
know.
but
Bro,
it's not
y'all
about hate.
lowly
It's not
rated
about.
them, bro.
But
No,
we
not
lowly
even-
rated
they
their
haven't made a
transfer season.
single
They didn't made a
signing.
they haven't made a single
Still.
signing.
I know. They're still like
They're still Liverpool. I know, but they
But
lost
they're
their they
Liverpool
lost-
without
they
their
lost
biggest
Klopp.
engine, which is Klopp. Like that is literally the reason they were playing for so many years.
And I think they just put into a next
Well,
gear
first of all-
because
first-
that was his last season.
I
They
didn't.
knew.
I really didn't rate Klopp that much.
Okay, that's a conversation for a different
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Hold on, because we gotta hold
I
on.
think the culture and the mentality of Liverpool carried the team more than Klopp did.
I think he implemented that though.
He might have.
You don't think he did?
He might have, but I still don't rate him.
Okay, well, listen, there's a conversation for another time.
Let's
Liverpool,
just go
Brentford.
with the scoring.
What do you
What
think?
we saying?
Score-wise.
I think Liverpool like 4-1. They're at home.
I'm saying 3-0.
I'm saying 2-1 Liverpool. I think they'll win, but I think
Yeah.
Brentford will get a goal, and I think
Alright.
they'll like put up a fight. Anyways, that's our scoring predictions. You heard us talk a whole bunch of shit today. We'll be back next week.
Where'd you guys place Liverpool in your
Seventh.
table link?
They were
put them under
mine.
Chelsea.
I put them under. I put Liverpool and
Yeah, I put them.
United
seventh.
under
Yeah, he put
West
United
Ham.
even further on down.
I put them. I
I
put
think
them
he put
eight.
Liverpool like
I put
seventh,
7th and 8th.
Yeah.
7th and 8th.
Bro, I hate Liverpool.
Well, hey, listen, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Guys, we love you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back with more people next week. Hopefully, Eric might be
We're
here.
gonna need a bigger table.
Might need a bigger table, but I
We're gonna fit
appreciate
everybody in
y'all. Mike, say bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
All right, I love you guys. Peace.
Come on, you Spurs.
More money, more problem, more money, more problem, more money, I'm on one. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so next week we have another each week we add one person to the tiny table.
Tiny table.
Each week is one more person.
Someone's gonna lay on the table.
This table's gonna have to be outside at one point.
No, it stays in here. We have to like squeeze in.